Let's talk about the best albums of 2025. The video you've been looking forward to, because it is now December, list month. We'll kick it off with a bang with the best albums of the year. I always do it the first week of December. Why, you ask? Why do I not wait for the albums in December? Well, I like to listen to my albums plenty of times before I come to a consensus, and I'm very busy. End of December, family stuff, so I like to get all my list videos done before the last 2 weeks of December, so you're going to have a bunch of fun stuff like worst, most disappointing, most anticipated, and this one, the best of the year. And these albums I've been sitting with for quite a while. I've really sunk my teeth into them. And yeah, we're here to talk about my top 10 albums of 2025. Let's just get stuck in, shall we? Get right to the meat and gravy. Grenadier, Wolves of the Trench. This melodic death metal album just floors you. It is so riff heavy. It is so catchy. The melodies throughout just get stuck in your head. If you're not headbanging the entire time on this album, there's something physically and mentally wrong with you. This album is that damn catchy. War related, war is hell, but in a fun way. It's just got that kind of energy where you just want to be fucking moshing around. Oh yeah, no more Christmas. You want to be moshing around with it the entire time. And that's just what you want to do. The catchiest death metal album of the year. Gotta have it on my list. Grenadier. Love it. Absolute fantastical album. And one of my favourites of the year. From a very melodic and, riff-based band to complete chaos, teitanblood. From the visceral abyss. Yeah, this one is chaos. Do you like chaos? Do you like the Chaos Emerald? You'll love this fucking album. Black death with this dissonant atmosphere around it. Furious drumming, furious guitars, furious vocals. Did I say furious 3 times? It's triply furious for your buck. I love it. It is like hellscape. You're listening to the tortured screams of people in hell. And I love it for that. It's all around you, a sound barrage of just awesomeness. That is the review by Questy. A sound barrage of awesomeness. I'd never make it as a reviewer, would I? That's why I do these stupid videos for you guys. I love it though. If you like the dark dripping atmosphere with furious punchy music, teitanblood has you bloody covered. Next up I have Havukruunu of Tavastland. Go into a bit more folky, pagan-y black metal and atmospheric style. Havukruunu has you covered. Now, they've got a big disco... Well, what are you talking about? They have a small discography, but each album is so fantastic, and this is non-different. This is just taking you into the forests with the elves. No, not that kind of forest. Taking you into the forest with the pagans, It's so beautiful. It's nature-filled, the screaming's great, it's so atmospheric, and it is just a work of art. This album is a work of art. If you like your owls, there's an owl on the cover, so that's pretty cool as well, There's quite a few albums with owls on the cover as well. I'm thinking of Varjot now as well. Anyway, great album from start to finish for fans of atmospheric black and for fans of pagan black, and they want a bit of a mix. Havukruunu has you covered. Next up, we have Blut aus Nord with Etheral Horizons, just barely making the cut, but Blut aus Nord is one of my favourite bands of all time, and this is akin to Hallucinogen, one of my favourite albums. It's my second favourite Blut aus Nord album, and this is very similar to that, cosmic style black metal, but not creepy, not haunting like Disharmonium, more wonder-filled and awestruck like Hallucinogen, like you're going through some kind of gas clouds which are all multicoloured. That's this album. It's very ethereal, like the name suggests. It's such a magnificent, beautiful experience that just sends you into space. And I love any music that takes me places, and this is taking me to other worlds, so I have to put it on this list. It's the album I haven't heard as much as all the others, but because it's only recently come out, but I love it nonetheless. It is just a magical experience, and Blut aus Nord can do no wrong. Next up is Hooded Menace, Lachrymose Monuments of Obscuration. I had to read that. How the fuck am I going to remember that? Death Doom Masters Hooded Menace do it again, but this time they're mixing in the heavy metal influences with the Death Doom. So it's nice concoction of, you got the death growls, with catchy bloody riffs, solos. It's just such a match made in heaven. They kind of did the same thing on the previous album, the Tritonus Bell, but it's tenfold on this one. Even more heavy metal influences, and I think it's all the better for it. It makes it stand out within the sea of death, doom, and death in general. Makes it more unique, makes it more fresh, and makes it more interesting, so it's been on repeat since it came out, and it's just a very interesting album. And also, it's got zombies on the cover, so pretty good Halloween album. Thumb up from Questy. Next up is Hate Forest Against All Odds. Back to the kind of blasting black metal. This is just ferocity the whole way through, kind of like Teitanblood. But unlike Teitanblood, where it's just crushing down in your skull, this is a bit more of an atmospheric feel to the ferocity. The vocals as well, more of a death metal edge. Hate Forest is known for that. This one has been on repeat since the day it came out. Like, I've loved this since it came out. It's one of my favourite Hate Forest albums now. Up there with Purity. I see no problems with this. I had this as number 1 for a long time. I loved it that much. I still do. It's just loads of other albums came out as well. And it's hard placing it. What can I say? I see no faults in this album. If you like ferocious black metal with a bit of atmosphere, kind of more death metal vocals than black metal vocals, this is the album for you. And check out every other Hate Forest album, because they are one of the best bands around. Next up is Igorrr with Amen. Oh my god, this album is just so fucking fun. Like, so fucking fun. If you've seen the videos for some of this album as well, like where they're using a crane to hit the last note on the piano for one of the songs, it's like, it's a very heavy album by Igorrr, more metal filled than a lot of the other albums they've done, so I appreciate that. Still got its weirdness in, still got some cool guest spots, as well, from like Anthrax and things like that. It's such a cool band. The use of like accordions and other weird instruments like that makes them unique. It has operatic singing in. Death growls. It has everything you could possibly need in. It's eclectic, it's crazy, it's weird, and I love it. Next up, we're in the top 3 now. One of Nine by Dawn of the Iron Shadow. This is phenomenal, epic black metal. Epic black metal, in the vein of Summoning, Emyn Mule, that kind of style. I love it. Tolkien inspired. You can tell from the artwork it was going to be good. It looks like he's fighting some Balrog or something. And I'm all for that. It's nerdy. It's fantastical. It has that kind of like synthy keyboard backdrop as well as the music. But it's not just completely like Summoning. It is still black metal at heart. But it just has that epic edge to it. The melodies get stuck in your head. The whole thing just flows so seamlessly. It's such a nice album, I have no problems with this one as well. There's no qualms with this album. It could easily be number 1 again, but other albums came out, like my number 2. Bet you thought this would be number 1. Drudkh, Shadowplay. I adore this album. This is my number 1 for a long time. It's going back to the roots. This is atmospheric black metal. It's going back to like Autumn Aurora style, Blood and Noel style, and I love that about it. From the walking through the forest on the intro, which may be a bit long for some people, but I've grown to love it now, into the kind of almost beautiful, nature-esque, happier mood of the album compared to the last 2 albums, were a bit more depressing because of the war in Ukraine. I like this new change. I like that it's going back to the roots. Literally standing on roots in the songs. It brings a smile to my face every time I listen to it. It's my favourite bands of all time. It's my favourite albums of the year. And it would have been number 1 if not for an album where I just have to give it number 1. So what is my favourite album of the year? An Abstract Illusion, The Sleeping City. This is progressive death metal majesty. Progressive death metal majesty. The style changes on this album. the whole mood of it. It's got clean singing, it's got death growls, it's got solos, it's got keyboards, it's got everything you could bloody ask for. The last album, Woe, was fantastic as well. This one knocks it up a notch, and it's such a majesty to behold listening to this album in full. Nothing is going to come close. This is just so... If for fans of like Opeth, Dreamfear, bands of that nature, maybe Between the Bear and Me, which had a good album this year as well, you're going to fall in love with this. You know, you're going to fall in love with this. It is just a magnum opus album that has to be the #1. It is just a complete journey and very technical and just very nice. It's a very nice album. And An Abstract Illusion has made my favourite album of 2025. So, what did you think of my list? Did you like my top 10? Pop your own down in the comments below, and we'll soon get juicy with the worst and most disappointing albums of the year as well, which is even more fun. Hopefully you had some fun, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.